An average Indian employee spends about 10 hours of a 40-hour work week going through their emails. But despite the fact that we are clicking send all the time, we may be making some embarrassing mistakes, and those mistakes can have serious professional consequences. The following are the top 10 essential of business email etiquettes. 1. Always include a clear and direct subject line. The life of your email generally depends on a solid and robust subject line. An excellent example of a subject line would be meeting date changed, quick question about your presentation, or suggestions for the proposal. 2. Make sure to use a professional email address. If you're already working for a company, you can use your official email ID. While you can also use your personal account either for self-employment or occasional work correspondence, you must be judicious about choosing that address. To ensure the recipient clearly understands who the email sender is, it is important to have an email address with your name. 3. Be careful while using the reply all option. Make sure your sent emails are relevant to all your recipients. Only use reply all when you think an email needs to be shared with everyone. This is because receiving emails that have nothing to do with you can be time-consuming and distracting. 4. Add your signature at the bottom of the email. Add your official signature at the end of your email. This primarily includes your full name and contact information, such as your phone number. You can also get a little creative in your short descriptor. However, don't go overboard in phrasing and artwork. The font, type, size, and color must be the same as the rest of the email. 5. It is recommended you use professional salutations. Refrain from using informal colloquial expressions like hey you, what's up, etc. Hey and what's up are informal expressions and therefore must not be used in a professional setup. Using hi or hello would be appropriate instead. Additionally, do not automatically shorten someone's name. Hi David, unless you're sure that he prefers Dave. 6. Do not use exclamation points frequently. While sharing the excitement in your email, use only one exclamation point. Using too many exclamations can come across as emotional and immature. 7. Be careful with humor. Be careful with humor as it can be easily lost in translation in the absence of the right tone or physical expression. Hence, during a professional exchange, it is advisable to leave humor out of emails unless you know the recipient well enough. 8. Understand that people from different cultures communicate differently, both while speaking and writing. An important point to note is that high-context cultures like the Japanese, Arab, or Chinese prefer to know you before actually initiating business with you. Hence, business associates from such countries are more likely to have a personal touch in their writings. On the contrary, individuals from low-context cultures like the Germans, Americans, or Scandinavians in their communications prefer to cut to the chase. These cultural differences can easily result in a communication gap, more so while writing as you cannot read the person's body language. 9. Reply to your emails whether or not it was intended for you. Replying to every single message you've ever received. Though it can be difficult, you must try it out. This also includes the time when an email has been accidentally sent to you and, more importantly, when the sender expects a response. Replying is not compulsory, but it surely gestures good email etiquette. Mainly when the person works for the same company. For example, your reply can simply say, I believe you've sent this mail to me accidentally. I just wanted to let you know, so you can address it to the right person. 10. Proofread all your email copies. Your recipients will notice errors within your email. Based on your recipient's nature, there is the possibility of you being judged for making those errors. Don't depend on spell checkers. Make sure you give all your email copies a thorough read before sending them. 11. The sender's email ID should be added to the end. Sometimes you may accidentally end up sending an email without proofreading it and with incomplete content. Thus, a precautionary step while replying to a message, delete the recipient's email and add it once the email copy is ready to be sent. 12. Verify whether you've selected the correct recipient. Be extremely attentive while typing a name from your address book onto the to section of the email. This is because you may end up selecting the wrong name, which can be discomforting, either for you or the recipient. 13. Stick to the classic fonts. As a business rule, keep your fonts, colors and sizes classic. It is best to use a 10 or 12 point type combined with an easily readable font such as Arial, Calibri, or Times New Roman. 14. Keep a check on your email's tonality. Just like humor can get lost in translation, your email's tonality can be miscomprehended in the absence of context that would otherwise be present in vocal cues and facial expressions. This will result in being perceived as abrupt, less informative, and so on. To avoid being misinterpreted, it is recommended that you read your email copies out loud before sending them. If it seems curt to you, it will seem curt to the reader too. For best results, keep away from indubitably negative words like impossible, refuse, fail, and make it a practice to use words like please and thank you. 15. Your emails are not confidential, so write judiciously. It is essential to know that electronic messages leave a trail. Ultimately, an email is precariously easy to forward, and hence, it is advisable to look before you leap.